Welcome to the Culturocity Report. Today we are talking dope poetry, and we are very honored to have my brothers in the house, the host of Dope Poetry. We have Jay Wiggins, we have Anthony Crawford, also known as Proverb. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us.
Thanks for having us, brother.
Today. Appreciate y'all. We just want to talk about dope poetry. Dope poetry takes place every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So for people who are not familiar with dope poetry, either one of y'all, whoever wants to take it and run with it, let us know, what is dope poetry?
Dope poetry, that's our therapy. You know, gives us a chance, it gives people a chance to come out and share their heart and be who they are. You know, we don't judge when we walk in there, it's all love.
Absolutely.
And Mark Fleming, he gave us that platform. He said, hey, y'all, like, this is nowhere in the city, so let's begin. You know, we started it up. First it was Jay Wig on, and then he brought me in.
Absolutely. So it's spoken word exclusively? Is that correct?
Yes, spoken word, which is a performance-based poetry. You're able to get on the mic. And then, of course, we welcome all forms of poetry, whether you want to do a haiku or a limerick. Like, it really doesn't matter. You're able to really come in and just express yourself. So it's really about just expression and just being fearful, or fearless, I should say. Fearless and being able to come in and not be afraid of people looking at you crazy depending on what your subject matter is.
Now, you mentioned Mark Fleming. Shout out to Mark. We appreciate Mark giving us this platform. So tell us how this came about. How did this pairing of you two come together? And how was this concept created?
Okay, basically, Mark and I've been his friend since I was in college, way back in 1976. I'm kidding. It's a very long time ago. And basically, we're sitting down one night having pizza. And he's like, hey, what do you think about doing a poetry show? I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. He said, well, what do you think about hosting it? And I said, all right, let's go for it. And this was on a Friday. And then by the time Tuesday rolled around, there was a flyer out. I had completely forgot about it. And so, me, I'm like, hey, bro, like we didn't have enough time to really plan for it. So, his mentality is like, hey, if you want to do it now, just do it now. Let's just make it happen. So that's really how it happened. So I hosted the very first show, which was the week before Thanksgiving. I ended up going out of town Thanksgiving week, the following week, and he asked Proverb to come. The irony of it is that our very first show, the week before Thanksgiving, the very first poet to walk in the door and get on the mic was Proverb. So he was the perfect choice. And so the next week when I came back, he said, hey, well, you and Proverb are going to do the show. And it was never even a conversation deeper than that. I was like, he's a good guy. I know that, he loves the art. Let's make it happen. And I knew that we would mesh. I knew it would work well, but I didn't know it would be this dope. I had no idea. And I'm like, man, we really compliment each other on the mic.
Yeah, y'all have great chemistry. How long have you two known each other? How long is this relationship?
I've been knowing him since Langston days, through Mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
So I've known him since his freshman year at Langston. Mark would hire me to do a lot of the photography at Langston University. So I've really been affiliated with Langston photography-wise, business-wise, since about 2006. So since then, I've met so many different people, and I met him throughout that time. And then on one exactly. That's where our handshake comes from. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bam. You know what I'm saying? So it was simply a situation where I knew who he was. He was a dude who I would pour into. He was always a guy who had open ears. He was always down to listen to whatever nugget of information I had. And he was always a sponge. So that when he became grown, I could call him friend after that.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned photography, and I want to talk briefly about both of you and what you do in your life outside of dope poetry so that people can get to know you as individuals as well.
Most definitely.
So Jay, you are the proprietor of Concepts Productions.
Yes.
Tell us about Concepts Productions and what you do, what kind of services you offer.
Well, Concepts Productions began in 2004, where I was doing graphic design and I was doing digital video. I was doing that for a little while, and it was cool. And then I decided I wanted to make a website, so I simply needed a gimmick to get everybody to go to the website every single week. So I literally went out and bought a camera with the sole purpose of doing that. And when I tell you I took some of the most horrible pictures you've ever seen, I took some of the most horrible pictures you've ever seen, but I didn't care. I wasn't passionate about photography. I was passionate about all the other things. And so what happened was about 2 months later, I was taking a whole bunch of, crappy photos, took a picture of one of my really good friends, and a couple of hours later, he was fatally shot, okay? So from there, people started using the photo as their, on Facebook, and that's back when MySpace was hot, you know what I'm saying? So they were doing that, and so I changed my mentality. I said, well, what if I took everybody's photo as if it was gonna be their very last image? And from there, that's where I got my passion and my inspiration from. So eventually, I came to a crossroads. So I was like, either I can be, a pretty good videographer and a pretty good graphic designer and a pretty good photographer, or I can cut all the other things and try to be the best photographer. And that's been my goal ever since, just to be the best for myself and my clients. And I've been doing it ever since. So that photography came the very end of 2005. My good friend passed in 2006, and I worked very hard to where in the very beginning of 2008, I was able to do this full time, take the leap of faith. And the plan was to only do it for 3 months and get right back into the workforce in corporate America. Fast forward to April of 2017, this is still my only source of income. This is what I do, and I'm still able to travel the country and spread love through the lens.
Wow. So you're 100% self-employed.
100%, and
awesome.
And it feels good. So I try to inspire others to do the same.
That's awesome. Now you mentioned videography. I know you probably wouldn't want to mention this, but I want to mention this. You've been very instrumental in helping us here at Culturocity behind the scenes.
Word.
For those of y'all that saw season 1 of the Culturocity Report and you're now seeing season 2, you see a significant increase in our production quality. My son, Austin Scott, does our editing. He's been doing a great job, been working real hard.
And he beats code too.
Oh yeah, he makes beats, he does all of that. But Jay Wiggins here of Concepts Productions has come alongside us and really helped us, has mentored Austin and helped him to learn some things, and has really helped us to really raise the bar in what we do. So I just want to shout you out and just let you know we truly appreciate you here at Culturocity and what you do for us on a weekly basis. So I appreciate that partnership.
Most definitely. The video was my first love before photography, so I'm glad I'm able to, help my fellow brothers out and create some magic, because what you're doing is powerful. So thank you, appreciate it.
Let's write a poem about it. That was deep.
It's already done, bro.
Now we want to get to proverb here as well, and we want to talk about what you do. Now you are a teacher, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Teacher at Northeast
Academy. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade English.
English.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So that's spoken word is just natural to you then.
Yeah, I've been writing and performing since I was a kid.
Awesome.
So this is my life.
That's wonderful.
So God bless me with.
Yeah, and I've heard both of you on the mic, and it's fitting that they're the hosts of Dope Poetry because they're both dope poets in your own right. And so we do appreciate that. Now you mentioned Thanksgiving. You're talking about this past Thanksgiving?
Yes.
So it just started here just a few months ago.
Yes.
So in that time, what has it been like? Have you seen steady support from the community? What has it been like in terms of people that have come out to participate?
I've seen steady support. I've also seen a complete shift in our audience. It seems like every other week we have a brand new audience, which it's a blessing. So it's always funny when we have a poet come up and they say, "Well, I was here last week and I did this poem, or I did something you heard before, and my mentality is, hey, these are brand new people. They haven't heard it.
Right.
So that's the beauty of it.
I've seen healing.
Yeah.
This is somebody's medicine every Wednesday.
Absolutely.
So when people get on that mic, they overcoming fears and they putting out their shadows. So
Yeah.
it's a healing process.
It is, and I've been there several times. I've been on the mic a few times myself.
Yeah.
It's all family, it's all love, and I can truly testify to that. You've gotten, for you to just have started just a few months ago, you've gotten a lot of exposure. Y'all have been on News Channel 4.
Yes.
You've been featured in the Gazette as well. To what do you attribute this growth and the popularity of this? What is it about dope poetry that's just attracting people?
It's energy. It's simply energy. People are able to walk into the room, have a seat, and feel like they've already been there before, even though it may be just their very first time being there. And I think that's what we really stress. We really stress making people feel comfortable. When we have a new poet on the mic, we go all out to make them feel loved, welcome, and wanted. And that's one thing that I really wanted to incorporate as a host in doing that. Because I know what it's like to go to a space where you're sharing your blood, sweat, and tears and not really being appreciated. You're just looking at, you're viewed upon as a number, or just another body, or just, somebody who's making the list long. I've been in that, and I don't want anybody to ever feel that way. So I'm like, we're gonna roll up the red carpet for it. It doesn't matter who you are. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned that. I know a few years ago now, there was something called 3 Times Dope.
Yes.
That took place also at ICE as well. And you had some heavyweights on the mic there. Some of the better known poets from the area that were really skilled and had really honed their craft. What do you see as the difference between 3 Times Dope? Because you were the host of 3 Times Dope.
Yes.
What do you see as the difference between 3 Times Dope and dope poetry? Besides both of them obviously being dope, but what do you see as the difference there between the two?
Well, dope poetry is especially, it's the avenue to where we're able to get in the gym, if you will, and you're able to get your workout on. You're flexing your skills, you're flexing your verbs, you're flexing your metaphors, you're doing all that stuff. You're getting stronger, and you're getting that stamina up. 3 Times Dope is the game. That's the game. That's the Super Bowl right there. That's the championship right there. So the people who are featured on 3 Times Dope are the people who are in the best shape in the community, the best verbal shape, the best poetic shape, and they're able to go in there and really show us what being a champion is like. Whereas dope poetry is kind of like, okay, well, we're gonna get you there. Come. And I told poets this all the time. You can come do the same poem every week if you wanted to, as long as you're making improvements and making it better, so that you can become a champion. That's what being a champion is all about. It's really just practicing. That's what that's what dope poetry is about. So we never want anybody to feel intimidated, like they can't be on the mic, because 3 Times Dope can be intimidating, because you're looking at the best of the best of the best that come on the microphone and do their thing. And you could very well watch them and slump down to your seat and realize that, or make a decision that you never want to be on the mic. Whereas dope poetry, we don't want you to feel that way. I don't care if you just journal. Come read your journal to us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling you, I've seen it firsthand. Not only have I seen it, I've done it. You see them come in with notebooks, reading off their phones and whatnot.
And it's funny because Proverb, as soon as they walk in, Proverb will have the notebook on them. Hey, let's do it, and our chemistry is so cool. We always have little jokes that we make people feel comfortable, about, walking through the door. So from the first 10 seconds they're in, they already feel like they kind of know us.
Did you said it was going to sign us? That's the one you hit up on there?
Yeah.
We didn't got like 10 people with that.
Yeah. It's growing, and it's going to continue to grow. And you have some regulars there. Who are maybe some of your favorite poets? We don't want to single anybody out necessarily and make anyone feel lesser than or anything like that. But you have some regulars.
I tell you who one of my favorite poets, to be honest with you, one of my favorite poets is Proper. Because what I described about the practice thing, I've seen him grow as a poet in this short amount of time. You know, he is the epitome of somebody going in there, being somewhat nervous, being novice, to being one of those guys that people are starting to look up to. People are starting now to call him to host other events, or at least to be on the building, or to share the mic with them, share the space with them. I've seen that. These are opportunities that he wasn't receiving 7-8 months ago, but now he's getting that. So I've seen him, you know, the very first time, kind of shy and timid, no eye contact at the mic. He's spitting down to his shoes. He was spitting down to his shoes, and now he lifts his head up and he's able to spit into the audience and really do his thing and really connect, you know. And that's part of him being receptive to the advice I was able to get him. He didn't think that I was, you know, trying to boss him around. I'm like, hey, if you really want to connect, look him in the eye when you talk to him. You know? And he's been doing that. So yeah, he's by far one of my favorite poets.
And it's not about that. It's all community. Everybody brings their own unique style. Everybody.
Yeah, we enjoy Kenyatta.
Yeah.
We enjoy
Crunch
Kenyatta.
Time.
Crunch Time.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Glenn Jimmy,
Laura.
Crunch Time. Laura. Yeah, I love all those people. We got, you know, Joey Stankin. She does her thing. So yeah, we have
Rachel.
we have a lot of, you know, a lot of good people. There's people from OU Law School that come get down with us sometimes. And, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. The crowd is so diverse. So
Absolutely. I personally believe, now I'd like for y'all to weigh in on this. I believe that we all have a little bit of poet in us. And
everybody does.
And you talk about men, there is that stereotype, you know, that, oh, if a man is a poet, he saw. My first poem that I performed was in Urban Roots in 2013. And it was actually a rap. You know, brothers, we all got that one rap.
Yeah.
It was a rap, and I was just like, let me go in here and instead of just rapping, let me just speak it. And that's what I did. And it was a liberating experience. And since then, there's been a number of times that I've gotten on the mic and written original. I mean, the rap was original, but it was a rap. But I've written poems, and they have just kind of reflected where I am in my life, whatever's going on. You know, if you're in love, if you break up, you know, if you experience the loss of a loved one, whatever the case is, you know, sometimes you need that outlet.
Yeah.
And poetry has been that outlet. So would y'all echo that sentiment that there's a lot of people that don't even know that they're poets?
I think that's why we love so much the golden age of hip hop. Because they were a lot of poets. You had Mos Def, dope poet. You had Talib Kweli, dope poet. You have Biggie Smalls, dope poet. You have Tupac Shakur, dope poet. You have all these people who you listen to, and it's just like, man, take the beat away. What they're saying is beautiful. It's a melody to it. It's you know, you could pick out all the similes, all the metaphors, when they use personification, all those things you can see. You can see the metering, you can see the alliteration that they use, and it's just like, man, these guys are brilliant. You know what I'm saying? They're brilliant. They're poets. That's why we like, and I think that's the main thing that's lacking in today's hip hop. Is, you know, although, you know, they make some catchy music that is cool and all that stuff, it isn't poetic. Take the beat away. It's kind of like, well, is it? I mean, it's rhythmic to a certain degree. Right? That's about it, in my opinion.
You know, pain is poetry. You know, so if you ever felt pain before, then you're able to write. You're able to share something, you know, that comes from your heart. You know, it hurts you. So that's what poetry is.
Absolutely. It's therapy.
It's therapy, yeah.
My medicine.
Yeah, that's what we call Wednesday nights therapy session at 7 p.m.
Absolutely. So y'all come out and get some therapy. So we just want to encourage y'all again. Ice Event Center and Grill.
Yep.
p.m.
Middle camera right there. 7 p.m. Ice Event Center and Grill. And
Wednesday, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Jay Wiggins, Anthony Crawford Jr., also known as Proverb. Why they call you Proverb?
And Proverbs, my favorite book in the Bible. You know, and I love the stories that's in the Bible, and I tell stories. I love telling stories.
Awesome.
Who's the best storyteller in hip hop?
J. Cole.
J. Cole. Respectfully disagree.
Who would you say?
The best storyteller in hip hop would have to be, I'm gonna go with Biggie Smalls, followed by Slick Rick.
Oh man,
Followed by Slick
Slick
Rick.
Rick.
No, I would put Slick Rick over Biggie. So that's it. Slick Rick, Biggie Smalls.
I think they was great storytellers during their time. J. Cole is just our time. You know?
So we're gonna sit here and argue about J. Cole and all that other stuff.
Well, there you have it. So y'all come on out and tell your story at Dope Poetry.
Hey, you might
Thank
have
y'all.
joined the team.
Already.
Yes, sir. Well, thank y'all. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So y'all come on out to Dope Poetry every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Ice Event Center and Grill with your hosts right here. So let's see y'all in the house. Thank y'all for joining us on the Culturocity Report. Thank you, gentlemen, for being our guests today. We wish y'all much success going forward with Dope Poetry.
Already spread love is the Brooklyn way. See, J. Cole ain't got no lines, son.
Got a line. J. Cole got all.